Of Allegiance. Thank you.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and for your numerous displays of love through blessings that are too numerous to measure. Bless the city of Norfolk. Bless every citizen who resides within its boundaries and every city employee who works to make our city great. Father, bless our mayor, our city manager, and this council as we labor together in the calling of public service. Give us the wisdom to govern fairly and ethically with equality, integrity, compassion, and allow us to represent our city in a spirit of excellence. I pray that you will guide us through these difficult economic times and give us the strength and wisdom we need to make the decisions that face us. These and all other blessings we ask in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thanks very much. The clerk will call the roll, please.
Mr. Burford?
Here.
Mr. Protogiru?
Here.
Mr. Riddick?
Here.
Mr. Smeagol?
Here.
Dr. Whibley?
Here.
Ms. Williams?
Here.
Mr. Wynn?
Here.
Mr. Frame?
Here, the motion is to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting, please.
Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smeagol?
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn? Mr. Frame?
The clerk will please read the resolution for the closed meeting.
The resolution certifying a closed meeting of the Council of the City of Norfolk held in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. Adopt the resolution. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smeagol?
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Norfolk City Council chambers. We're glad to have you here. For those of you who do not regularly attend our council sessions, the process which we will follow tonight is the first thing we're going to do is take up public hearings, and there are 3 of them. Once we're finished with the public hearings, we'll move to the consent agenda. There are a number of consent agenda items there. The council is entitled, if it wishes, to vote on all of these matters in one vote, sort of perfunctory items that are, a lot of them are just agenda-setting items. Then we'll move directly to the regular agenda. There are a number of items there. All these matters will be called and voted on in just the way they are numbered on the printed docket. And we might have 1 or 2 add-ons there with some personnel matters. At the conclusion of the regular formal agenda, if you would like to address the city council on a non-agenda item, that's something that's not on our printed docket, the council would be glad to hear you, and several of you have signed up for that. All we ask, please, is that you sign a slip of paper in the rear of the, in the lobby behind the council chambers before the meeting begins, so we can have your name, so I can call it. So before we get to the formal part of the agenda, we do have one really great ceremonial matter here, and we have with us the general manager, Joe, of the Admirals, Joe Garcia. Joe Gregory, I'm sorry. Joe, come on up to the podium, will you, please? Joe is the hardest working guy in sports, certainly here. He is the manager not only of the Tidewater Tides, our AAA team, but the manager of probably the finest American Hockey League team ever assembled. Maybe the finest minor league hockey team, if you assume that the NHL is the major leagues, and but the hockey team ever assembled. And we wanted to adopt a resolution and ask Joe to come down tonight and accept it on behalf of the Admirals. And I'm going to read it. Joe, we'd love to hear a couple of words from you. Those were wonderful games and great memories that we had, and the Norfolk was so proud of the way the team, the franchise, I mean, everything was conducted. So it reads, whereas the Norfolk Admirals of the American Hockey League have been the city of Norfolk's home team for 13 years, during which time they established a strong following of hockey fans from across Hampton Roads who fill Scope Arena to cheer their team on. Whereas under the inspirational leadership of Coach John Cooper, the Norfolk Admirals 2011-2012 hockey team enjoyed a magical season that may never be duplicated in the history of the AHL, highlighted by a 55-18-3 record that included a record-setting win streak of 28 games on the way to winning the McGregor-Kilpatrick Trophy and the AHL regular season championship. Whereas in an amazing display of talent, power, and teamwork, the Norfolk Admirals amassed an impressive 15-3 record through the playoffs, sweeping the St. John's Ice Caps, winning 10 straight games, and sweeping the Toronto Marlies. in the finals to win the prestigious Calder Cup as the 2011-2012 American Hockey League champions. Whereas by their outstanding performance, the 2011-2012 Admirals demonstrated they are the finest team ever to take the ice in the 76-year history of the American Hockey League. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Norfolk hereby congratulates the Norfolk Admirals and their coach, John Cooper, for their record-breaking season and on winning the American Hockey League championship, and that this resolution shall be in effect from and after its adoption, and that a copy thereof shall be presented to the Norfolk Admirals, and I have signed it on behalf of the City Council, and as has the clerk. And should we call the roll?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Adopt the resolution. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
All right, Joe, here, let me get this to you, okay? Thanks for coming down to get this. Like to say a few words, please?
I'd like to begin by thanking you for inviting me to represent the Admirals. I could not appreciate this resolution anymore. This is my fourth year with the Admirals, and the support that we saw this year from the city was unprecedented. As you mentioned, we've been playing at Scope here for 13 years, and this was our highest attendance. We've never seen the support in the community from our fans or from the local businesses that we saw this year, and it was something that really transferred to our players on the ice, and they noticed the support, and it was something that was palpable in the building, and really glad that we could be part of it. But as you mentioned, probably one of the greatest teams ever to play, especially in the American Hockey League, and glad we could do it here in the city of Norfolk. Thank you very much.
Well, Joe, thank you. I mean, we were so proud of the way the entire team, from the management right through the players, conducted themselves. They were great representatives of the city. I know we've changed an affiliation, but that's okay. This region will love the next Admiral team that takes the ice. So thanks for how well you run it as well. And I know we have a little business with you guys too, and we all did well this year. And as you know, because the attendance was so well, the economics of the situation were favorable for us as well. So
Definitely, it was.
I don't know if anybody else wanted to add anything to that. The beer was cold. Everything was great.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a bad part about running the team. I don't
Yeah.
try any of that cold beer.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, that concludes the ceremonial matters. Public hearing number 1, please.
Public hearing 1 scheduled for this day pursuant to action of council on June 26, 2012, on the application of Holy Smokes Restaurant for a change of zoning from conditional C2 corridor commercial to C2 district, and for a special exception to operate an eating and drinking establishment on property located at 2700 Hampton Boulevard. And by 6-0 vote, Planning Commission recommends approval.
And Mr. Small is here to answer any questions if we have any. All right, call the roll, please.
I have 2 ordinances for this item. The first is an ordinance to rezone property located at 2700 Hampton Boulevard in order to remove conditions on property zoned conditional C2, dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye.
The second is an ordinance granting a special exception to permit the operation of an eating and drinking establishment on property located at 2700 Hampton Boulevard. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. Thanks for coming down, Mr. Small. Appreciate it. Public hearing 2, please.
Public hearing 2 scheduled for this day pursuant to action of council on July 10, 2012, on the application of Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters for the closing, vacating, and discontinuing of a portion of the northeastern corner of Riverview and Southampton Avenues. By 6-0 vote, Planning Commission recommends approval.
All right, no member of the public has signed up to address the council on this issue. Or you can call the roll, please.
Of an ordinance closing, vacating, and discontinuing a portion of Riverview Avenue and Southampton Avenue, and authorizing the conveyance of any interest the city may have in the underlying fee of said portions of Riverview Avenue and Southampton Avenue. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Actually, R.J. Nutter and Rob Beeman were here to answer questions if we had any, but guys, we didn't have any. Okay. Public hearing 3.
Public hearing 3 scheduled for this day pursuant to action of council on July 10, 2012, to hear comments on a lease to the Virginia Stage Company for first floor space in the Bush Street garage located at 220 Bush Street.
And call the roll, please.
And I have an ordinance approving a lease agreement between the city as landlord and Virginia Stage Company as tenant for the lease of that certain property owned by the city located at 220 Bush Street, and authorizing the city manager to execute the lease agreement on behalf of the city. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. The consent agenda, is there any item on the consent agenda any member of the council would like to have considered separately? Good, all right, call the roll. Greg?
Approve the consent agenda. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R1, please.
R1 is an ordinance directing the city treasurer to refund to the Massa Corporation $2,572.29 based upon the correction of business license tax assessments for tax year 2012. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Just for full disclosure, my brother owns the Mesa Corporation in his family, so just to mention that, but I have no ownership whatsoever in it, so how about aye? R2,
An ordinance directing the city treasurer to refund to Woodlawn Memorial Gardens, Inc., $5,228.17 based upon the correction of business license tax assessments for tax year 2012. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Paul, can I say something? Is it possible that Bernard being here, he can express why we're returning these funds each time?
Yes, I started to put it in your transmittal letter.
I know, but I'm talking about for
yeah,
the
sure, I can
citizens
do
that are
that.
watching, they should know why we're giving money back.
Right. This was a mathematical error, that this tax is self-assessing and calculating. So a form is sent out, and Woodland made a mathematical error, and this is the correction of that error.
All right. Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
When that self-assessment happens, there's no staff members, and is it the Commissioner of the Revenue or that reviews that? And-
Yes, and this is part of that process of catching it.
Okay. Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
So we caught it, or did the Woodlawn determine that it was, you said
The Commissioner of
self-assessment?
Revenue caught it. That it was self-assessing, and Woodlawn submitted it, and the Commissioner of Revenue later caught it in its review processes.
And would that be the same for all of these that we've done today?
No, the first one was because the business moved to Virginia Beach and had paid the full year's tax. and
So
we
each
decided
time
to-
it changes?
Yes.
Okay. Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
aye. R3,
An ordinance directing the city treasurer to refund Global Security Technologies, Inc., $4,293.05 based upon the correction of business personal property tax assessments for tax year 2011. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Explain this one.
This one is just about the reverse of the last one. In this instance, Global Security had filed and reviewed it and caught their own mistake and refiled, and the commissioner was able to ascertain that the refiling was correct, and so this is the balancing of that.
Aye.
Wouldn't it be most of these that were paid? Even in 12, they were due, so this would have
Yes,
been.
all of these have been paid. These are
Right.
refunds, right.
So if they had been paid, then she didn't catch it.
In this instance, the taxpayer caught it, and this was Global Securities realizing that they had made an error.
I'm talking about the tax year 12 business license. Based on the date that the business license is due, and if they would have had paid it.
Right, that's right,
And so if they paid it, then it's a refund.
right.
Okay, so she didn't catch it.
Not
'Cause they
until after
paid
it's
it.
paid, right, right.
Right.
You're right.
Okay,
Sounds like you know your business.
right?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R4,
An ordinance directing the city treasurer to refund to Tompkins Builders, Inc., $26,265.05 based upon the correction of a business license tax assessments for calendar years 2009 through 2012. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Could I get an explanation?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Bernard?
This was the over-reporting of the gross receipts. So this is a business license tax based upon that. And the company had over-reported its gross receipts, and it had actually also under-reported its personal property tax value, so there was a little bit of an offset, but that the over-reporting was greater than the under-reporting, and so that they're entitled to this refund of $26,000.
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel?
This probably is more of a question for the city manager. When we do our budget, how much do we build into our budget for error reasons when this happens? Like, when we build our budget, do we count for the possibility of all these errors happening?
Sure. It depends on the tax. We actually have a line that is a refund line. In some cases, it's what's collectible. So we don't assume that we're going to collect 100% of a tax. Sometimes the collection rate may be less than that, but it varies from tax to tax, and we can get that to you.
Okay, so the amount that we've been voting on so far this year, are we within that number that we budgeted?
I'll have to
Okay.
get that.
Oh, they paid the money.
Right.
So it's just, the question you want to ask
Right,
is.
but we've expected that as income.
Right, and I agree with
And
that.
so now we have to give that back. So I just want to make sure we have a line somewhere that shows, that we were expecting some of this to happen and we were accounting for this.
Reconciliation.
Right.
We do.
That's what.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing is, in any of these instances where the 10% interest applied,
I'm not sure if any of these had been late. That's the interest rate that's applied to a late payment.
but here's 09, 012.
But that's a refund.
Right,
These are
but
refunds, so there's-
we held that money. We
The
held that, they paid this money.
Vice Mayor is correct, that when we have an overpayment, we're obligated to pay the same interest rate that we would have collected
Right.
in the event that it was a delinquency, so that on our refunds, we are paying interest, yes.
Aye.
We discussed this a couple of weeks ago, Tommy. I don't recall if you were here or not, but Barkley brought it up too. And these are refunds that I think we've always made. It's just a matter of there was an ordinance that we passed that required, what was it, Anthony, some formal, a formal manner of making the refund if the amount was over.
Oh, we just got in line with state code.
Okay, so we brought ourselves into compliance with the state.
But if a person pays on time, and we find out later, 3 years later, that they were erroneously assessed, and we have to refund them the amount that was erroneously assessed plus the 10%. They didn't pay 10%. There's nowhere in America you can get 10% off your money. And so in some cases, we're giving away money. It offset the instances when people are late and we charge the 10%, but in certain instances, like this particular case here, they're getting more money than they paid to us.
Are they getting more money if it's a self-reporting tax and they over-reported their gross receipts? Because if they over-reported their own gross receipts, that's not our fault.
Right, that's right. It would be only the event of our fault, right, our cause, right.
They're getting the money because he didn't dispute it. We're paying it.
No, but my question is if they overstated their gross receipts, then they overstated it.
That's why we have a process in place that works itself through him, through the administration, through the council, that once it gets to us, it's determined whether or not we refund this money. So in this particular case, it has been determined that we refund this money. And if it's from 09 to 012, we're going to pay the 10% on each year.
Unless they pay they overpaid by their error.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
If
what
they
you
made
said.
the
It was-
mistake, no.
Charged them too much wrongfully, we owe them. If they reported it wrong, then we don't owe them.
Right.
Based on what he just said, only if he would have to dispute it with the company, and he would have to take them to court to say that we don't owe you this money.
No. I don't mean that. I'm talking about the 10% interest.
That's what I'm
If
just saying.
Yeah, not the refund itself, but the 10%. If they over-reported their gross receipts, it is not our fault that they overstated their gross receipts. We owe them a refund for what we collected, but we should not owe them 10% because they overstated what they made.
The bottom line, the way that the process works, he would determine that. That's why it goes to the attorney, to the administration, to the council. He's in a position to tell us whether or not there was 10% as relates to this 09 to 012, was 10% applied to this particular company. Are they receiving that? The other ones, because it's in 012, no. But when you see instances where it's been 3 year plus current year, then that's the case. Now, and he could tell us different, but he could basically, he might have to go back and look to see if 10% was applied to these years here. But that's the way, that's the mechanics of the way it works.
So no matter whose fault it is,
No, I'm not.
we're giving them money, if we're refunding them money back, we still have to pay 10%, no matter if they over-reported or whatever the case is, we still have to give them 10% back?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Like I said, he makes that determination. He works with the commissioner, and it moves up to the administration, to this body, and then it's determined whether or not we refund the money.
All right, where are we? Did you finish?
Dr. Whibley.
Dr. Whibley.
Yes. Yes, what do you want? Where are we?
We're on R4. Okay.
I voted.
I'm sorry, which one?
Your vote for R4, Dr.
R4.
Whibley.
Okay, aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Nguyen?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye, R5.
An ordinance directing the city treasurer to refund to Checkered Flag Store Number 1 LLC $12,172.64 based upon the correction of business license tax assessments for tax year 2012.
All right, Bernard.
This one is over-reporting on Checkered Flag's part. It's another business license tax that's on gross receipts, and Checkered Flag had over-reported it. So this is the correction of that gross receipts amount.
Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Not right. Aye,
Mr. Protogiru?
that's incorrect.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Would we anticipate that there will be more refunds on further agendas?
Yes.
If so, then I would suggest that perhaps this information be given to us ahead of time.
It's applied with your docket. You got it? in
Okay,
your
so,
package?
But the reason
You've
that
got
I
it
wanted
since
that,
it was
but what I'm asking is, I
But-
guess what they're asking for.
Yeah, they want the public to
the
understand.
public needs to understand this.
And it's not available in the agenda?
They don't get
They
it
need to
now.
hear it either on television or in the gallery. That's why it should be spoken as to why we're doing this. Because when we first came on, and I apologize, Paul.
No, you're right. We've never done this until now.
Yeah, I've never
I
seen
mean,
it before.
Yeah, and so there's a proliferation of these, and if it's, and I'm not saying it in a disparaging way to any elected officer, whether it's Commissioner of Revenue or anyone else. It's just something that we are starting to see more frequently, and perhaps it needs to be explained. And perhaps we should have, at some point, some type of understanding of this as to why we're returning funds. Is this something that other cities are doing? I haven't watched the Beaches Council. So is there something we're catching, and that's good for the citizens, we're catching it, we're returning the funds? Then so be it. That's wonderful. But we need to try to get a handle on where administratively this is ending up here and we're returning money.
Wasn't this a result of an ordinance before we got on council that requires these to now be voted on as
It's a
before?
No, this was,
There wasn't.
we looked at, again, looking at the code, working with Bernard. We were not in compliant with the state code in terms of how we handled erroneous assessments. And anything over 2,500 had a process that it had to go through. This is that process. We were not doing that. We were just, it would come from over from the Commissioner of Revenue's office, and we would refund it. But that is not the way that the state code reads. We went through, we met with the city manager and the city attorney to work that out and said, we have to be in compliance. Our city code has to reflect state code. Now we're in a line, so that's why these come to council now.
But in discussion with the city manager, this is not an inordinate amount. It just looks like a run on it because we changed the law and weren't doing it
Right.
before. It's the same
Exactly.
amount. Correct me if I'm wrong, Marcus. We're in the same ballpark that we are every year, except now we have this reporting standard.
Right?
That's
And
right.
so it looks like we've all of a sudden gotten incompetent where it's.
It does.
Well, but in fact, it's been going on for years and years
We
and
have
years.
thousands of these bills that
Right.
come through,
Yeah.
Jackson,
that's-
so
that's
this
not
is,
It's not something that just happened and now we're finally reporting properly.
Right.
We should have been doing it for X number of years.
Exactly.
So it's not something for everybody to say, wow, now you're refunding all this money, what's wrong?
No, it's,
It's as a course of business, it's not, at least that Marcus has explained to us, that it's not outside of the limits of what we normally do yearly, so.
And a lot of times in the self-assessing taxes, the business license and the business personal property taxes, those forms are filled out by accountants and CPAs and other people who may not even
Oh, I know.
be in the office.
We live it.
Yeah, and so a lot of times there's information there that may or may not be accurate, but sometimes the accountants and CPAs, when it's other people's money, I've seen them pay business licenses twice.
Well, everybody tries to get it right.
Yeah.
There's no, trust me, everybody tries to make it right. And I know that this is what's happening here, but I think it's, at least this is, we're starting to see, as I'm saying, it's the sunshine law that makes us put it out in the open, and that's terrific. But I think we need to explain why we give money back, and it should, the taxpayer should know that. And that's my whole point, is that when we are returning funds, 25,000 or whatever, it should be understood why we're stroking checks back. That's my whole point.
and a large part of this is because of that ordinance that we put in place that the council
I'm not saying
Passed.
anybody's incompetent or wrong.
But are there ways to prevent that, though? That was my original question. We have staff, whatever office it's out of, we have staff that's responsible then for taking this when these happened back in 2008 and 2009 and catching those errors. Some are caught, some are not caught. But we do have some way of catching these before it even comes back to council.
When
Am
you
I correct?
catch
In
it,
a
what
perfect
do you-
world, none of them ought to happen.
but, I
Right.
mean, and my guess is, I mean, my understanding is they do catch a lot of them.
This is a result of the council putting in place a plan that basically said that in order for you to get your business license, your delinquent taxes had to be paid, whether it be personal property, business license, so on and so forth. When people started getting those notices, they started paying more attention to that self-assessing. And they started coming in and say, look, this is not what my business is doing. And she had to go back in some instances and look, and they would come in and have a conversation. And so you're going to see some of these, and through attrition, most of these will be corrected. But again, because this is the first year that we had that ordinance in place, we anticipated that a lot of these will be coming through. But in and next year, you shouldn't see the frequency of these coming through.
Okay, ready?
Dr. Whibley.
Aye.
Ms. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Wynn.
Aye.
Mr. Frame.
Aye, R6, is that right?
Yes, sir. An ordinance directing the city treasurer to refund to Depew Orthopedics, Inc., $19,089.80 based
Wait.
upon
Go ahead.
the correction of business personal property tax assessments for tax year 2012.
Bernard, quickly.
And this is a case where Dupuy Orthopedics had made a mistake, and the Commissioner's of Revenue's office caught it, and this is the correction of that mistake.
Okay, call the roll.
Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford.
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru.
Aye.
Mr. Riddick.
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel.
Aye.
Dr. Whibley.
Aye.
Ms. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Wynn.
Aye.
Mr. Frame.
Aye, R7.
A resolution adopting the Norfolk Community Services Board money purchase plan to facilitate the plan's termination and appointing the City of Norfolk as plan administrator beginning July 1, 2012. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford.
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru. Mr. Riddick.
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel.
Aye.
Dr. Whibley.
Aye.
Ms. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Wynn.
Aye.
Mr. Frame.
Aye, R8.
An ordinance accepting, appropriating, and authorizing the expenditure of $4,877,377 in grant funds from the Commonwealth of Virginia for fiscal year 2013 Comprehensive Services Act for At-Risk Youth and Families Funds Pool appropriating and authorizing the expenditure of $2,469,000 in local matching funds from the City of Norfolk Department of Human Services and Norfolk Public Schools, and $100,000 in recovered funds for fiscal year 2013 Medicaid programs. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye, R9.
An ordinance accepting $100,000 in USDA program reimbursement funding for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2012 and ending June 30, 2013 from the Virginia Department of Juvenile Justice for the USDA School Nutrition Breakfast Lunch and Special Milk Program for the food service operation at the Norfolk Juvenile Detention Center, and appropriating and authorizing the expenditure of the funds for the program at the center. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye, R10.
An ordinance accepting a grant in the amount of $1,140,457 from the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services for the Norfolk Criminal Justice Services Agency, which includes the pretrial services and adult community supervision divisions for fiscal year 2012-2013, appropriating and authorizing the expenditures of the $1,140,457 and $155,100 in local funding for the NCJS agency, and authorizing the employment of 22 persons in the NCJS agency and providing funds for their salaries and benefits. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye, R11.
An ordinance accepting $639,899 in funding from the Commonwealth of Virginia Department of Juvenile Justice for fiscal year 2013 in support of the VJCCA program, appropriating and authorizing the expenditure of funds of $639,899 in local cash matching funds for total program funding of $1,279,798 to be administered by the city's Department of Human Services. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye, R12.
An ordinance to amend and reordain the general plan regulations attached to the fiscal year 2013 compensation plan ordinance so as to delete and add titles to the job code table and revise subsections B3 and D of section 11 concerning overtime and subsection 6 of section 16.
Jane Bethel.
Good evening, Mayor Frame, City Council members. My name is Jane Bethel. I live at 5632 Brandon Boulevard. And I was asked if I was for or against R12. My answer was a little bit of both. The members of the hazardous waste unit at Waste Management who asked me to advocate for a stipend because of the specialized certifications they must earn and the day-to-day handling of hazardous household waste posing potential health threats very much appreciate the 5% stipend. The employees who did not receive the overtime pay for the week of June 23rd through June 29th are not so appreciative. At the last council meeting, I respectfully protested implementing a new policy that retroactively affected employees' compensation. I requested that since the policy change was not communicated before it was implemented, that the city should honor the then current practice of allowing paid time off, such as annual leave, to count as time worked. I thought that after the meeting this was going to be worked out with employees, but it was not. I am respectfully requesting that the city adjust employee compensation for the employees who lost overtime pay for the period June 23rd through June 29th. I am also asking again that the city publish the amended law that allows employees to be politically active in the administrative policies. This state law is now 3 years old and has yet to be added to the Administrative Policy Manual. As president of NAGE Local 04200, I am requesting to be allowed to peacefully solicit membership in the employee union by placing flyers that advertise our bi-monthly meetings on the last Thursday of every month at the Iron Workers Union Hall on employee bulletin boards. Our next meeting is this Thursday, July 26th at 6:30 p.m. We are also having a membership drive on Saturday, August the 4th, with a cookout open to all employees at the Iron Workers Union Hall and we would like to post flyers inviting employees on the employee bulletin boards. Peaceful solicitation of union membership is provided for in Virginia's right to work law. Thank you for your kind consideration of these requests.
Thank you.
Berner, is there any legal reason why they can't post something on the employee bulletin board?
No, that the boards are managed by us, and I don't know if there's any of the restrictions at all.
So there's no problem with you putting information on the, you're talking about the bulletin board on the 4th floor? Or,
Well, throughout the city, there's usually an employee bulletin board in each department. People put their little, business cards or menus or whatever, it's just kind of for employees. We'd like just a little spot where we can post our flyers.
well, I think if you find a spot, you get a spot, but I don't think that there should be any problem with you, at least if you can find a spot, putting your poster there or your flyer there. I mean, just like, you find a spot, you get a spot, and you put your flyer there.
We've had some issues with them being taken down, so an official policy or, maybe just y'all saying, yes, it's okay is good enough.
I don't see any, there's no legal reason that that can't happen.
It's okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great, awesome, thank you.
Darrell Clayton. Go ahead, Darrell. Okay.
Good evening to Mr. Mayor Frame and Mr. Marcus Jones, City Manager and Council members. My name is Derek Clayton, Refuse Collector, City of Norfolk Household Hazardous Waste Department. The subject I'm coming before you today is concerning supplemental pay and reclassification. Mr. Mayor Frame and of this great Mayor of this great city, Mr. Marcus Jones, and esteemed council members, due to the limited time I'm allowed, I will be brief and concise. My name. For the last 7 months, I have been proud to work under a new classification as a hazardous waste specialist. Even though we have not been officially reclassified as of yet, we have faithfully and professionally performed the duties as such. I am aware that one of the issues that each of you will address tonight is that of general compensation plan amendments, and one of particular interest to our department is the 5% supplemental pay proposal to those of us specializing in hazardous materials brought to us from the citizens of Norfolk. Although we are grateful that you have recognized the need for additional compensation, we are asking for at least a 10% supplemental pay increase for now, and in the near future, complete reclassification. We do not make this humble request to you lightly. As you can see in the documents that I have presented to you, we handle various dangerous chemicals, flammable liquids and solids with explosive potential, acids and corrosive with serious health hazards to the body, mercury-based products that is dangerous to the respiratory system and long-term effects to the body's organs. These chemicals, as noted in Document 1, are not packaged and stored in small quantities, but instead in several gallons and pounds, increasing the risk of the specialists working with these chemicals. I am sure you can imagine the various hazards to those working in such an environment. We are proud to provide this service to our community and to protect the environment from the hazards that will arise if these chemicals are placed in the regular household waste containers instead of being brought to us. Document 3 displays the type of personal protective equipment we must wear as we package these dangerous chemicals. Document 4 shows what a refuse collector assistant and refuse collector apprentice receive as supplemental pay, which is $32 a week, which is approximately what we would receive if we only get a 5% increase. I brought that up because we received 40 hours training in a hazardous HAZWOPER class, as well as emergency spill training, and we also do various other things too related to our department, which requires different skills than what a refuse collector assistant as well as refuse collector apprentice requires. So we humbly ask that you will take all of this information into consideration as you review our request. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Clayton. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. This is both a budgetary and a personnel matter. We'll be talking with the city manager about his position on this as well.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Thanks. All right, call the roll.
Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Vote aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R13.
An ordinance permitting Levin Family Properties to encroach into the right-of-way at 3230 Tidewater Drive with awnings and a sign. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R14.
An ordinance granting a special exception to permit the operation of a religious institution on property located at 200 West 28th Street, 209 West 29th Street, and 2807 Omohundra Avenue. By a 6-0 vote, Planning Commission recommends approval. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R15.
An ordinance granting a special exception to permit the operation of a daycare home on property located at 4555 Bankhead Avenue. By a 6-0 vote, Planning Commission recommends approval.
And Rachel Pinnock is here to answer questions if there are any. Thank you, Ms. Pinnock. I don't know that we have any questions. I think we're fine. Thanks for coming down, though.
Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. Thank you for coming down. Good luck with your new venture there. Thank you. R16.
An ordinance granting a special exception to permit the operation of an eating and drinking establishment on property located at 4117 Granby Street, Suite A. By a 6-0 vote, Planning Commission recommends approval.
And Ron Parker, the applicant, is here to answer questions if there are any. Okay.
Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. Thank you. Good luck. Okay. R17.
An ordinance granting a special exception to permit a retail goods establishment to operate after midnight on property located at 4803 Powhatan Avenue. And by a 4-2 vote, Planning Commission recommends approval.
All right, the attorney for the applicant, Stephen Romine, is here to answer any questions, as is Mr. Vazzarelli. Close enough? On behalf of the applicant, is to answer any questions. There are no members of the community signed up to address the council on this matter. Okay, you can call the roll.
Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford? Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
No.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R18.
An ordinance granting a special exception to permit the sale of alcoholic beverages for off-premises consumption on property located at 5900 East Virginia Beach Boulevard, Suite 206. By a 6-0 vote, Planning Commission recommends approval.
Mr. Nussbaum is here to answer any questions if there are any. What happened to Brad Law voting against all these all the time?
He's absent.
He might have been absent.
He's absent. Okay. All right, call the roll.
Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R19.
An ordinance granting a special exception to permit the operation of an eating and drinking establishment on property located at 4110 Colley Avenue. By a 5-0 vote, Planning Commission recommends approval. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R20.
An ordinance granting a special exception for an eating and drinking establishment on property located at 409 to 417 West 21st Street. And by a 6-0 vote, Planning Commission recommends approval. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Just a quick question for Frank. You don't have to come to, you could probably just answer. Frank, how much time does your staff spend on special exception, if you had to give me an estimate, special exception applications?
It is probably 70 to 80% of the applications we review that are coming to you for special exception.
Okay. Thanks. Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Stay tuned. We're going to talk about that at the retreat. Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R20A.
An ordinance granting a special exception to permit the dwelling unit above the ground floor in a commercial district on property located at 409 to 417 West 21st Street. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R20B.
An ordinance granting a special exception to permit off-lot parking on property located at 414 to 418 West 20th Street. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R20C.
An ordinance granting a pedestrian commercial overlay development certificate, district development certificate to permit renovation of a building for use as an eating and drinking establishment at 409 to 417 West 21st Street. Dispense with the requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R21.
An ordinance authorizing the issuance and sale of a parking system revenue refunding bond to refund certain earlier parking system revenue bonds of the city of Norfolk. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R22.
An ordinance accepting a grant award of up to $1,015,446 from the Virginia Department of Emergency Management, of which $913,901 shall be provided by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and $101,545 shall be provided as a local cash match from various sources to provide funds through the Severe Repetitive Loss Program to elevate 5 properties in support of FEMA's Hazard Mitigation Assistance Program and appropriating and authorizing expenditure of said funds. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R23, please.
A resolution stating the City of Norfolk's opposition to the mining of uranium in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Thank you. Ellis James.
Go, Ellis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, Mr. Jones. My name is Ellis W. James. I reside at 2021 Ken Lake Place here in the city of Norfolk. It's with a great deal of pride and pleasure, and in the spirit of pride for our community with respect to the admirals, that I support this resolution, and I hope that the vote will be as welcoming as your vote on the resolution for the admirals. I would like to call attention to one thing. The Director of Utilities, who I understand is the person has created this 4-page resolution, has done a super job. Don't use that word too often, but I really want to thank Mrs. Lentz, because I think she has gone above and beyond the call. In this resolution, she has touched every single base of concern and all of the issues that have confronted many of us who have opposed the lifting of the moratorium. And I would like to note for the record one particular part that goes straight to the heart of the matter. Not only has she included the military and its concerns and our supplying of the water for them, but she has very specifically addressed the issue of not only Coles Hill as a project, but asking the city council to oppose the moratorium, the lifting of the moratorium for the Commonwealth of Virginia. And that is extremely important at this critical juncture. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Ellis. Call the roll.
Adopt the resolution. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
Aye. R24.
An ordinance approving the terms of a right of entry agreement with Virginia Natural Gas, Inc. relative to property located at 1184 Lance Road in the city of Norfolk. Dispense with the charter requirement for reading the ordinance and adopt. Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Wynn?
Aye.
Mr. Frame?
You have an add-on?
I have two, Mr. President.
Okay.
First is numbered R25, and it is a resolution of the City of Norfolk approving the issuance by the Public Finance Authority of bonds on behalf of Aero Norfolk LLC. Adopt the resolution, Mr. Burford.
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru.
Aye.
Mr. Riddick.
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley.
Aye.
Ms. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Wynn.
Aye.
Mr. Frame.
Aye.
And the second is numbered R26, and it is a resolution appointing or reappointing 37 persons to 5 boards, 6 commissions, and 2 authorities for certain terms.
And just real quick, this doesn't include all of the boards. Can you remind me why?
The ones that are not included on here, Mr. Smigiel, contain individuals that need to be contacted to determine their willingness to accept the appointment.
Okay. Was that the case with the housing authority one? I thought?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, it was. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Mr. Burford?
Aye.
Mr. Protogiru?
Aye.
Mr. Riddick?
Aye.
Mr. Smigiel,
Aye.
Dr. Whibley?
Aye.
Ms. Williams?
Just a second, I missed the Housing Authority. When you mean Don?
You just hadn't had a chance to call him, is that what you're saying?
Correct, and there was also the
Because he's
the lady,
trying to
Ms.
market, I
Arrington,
think
Ms.
he would-
Arrington, I believe.
Yeah, he told me.
I thought he confirmed. That's
Yeah.
what.
But Ms. Arrington
This-
sent a request letter in, which probably indicated that she was willing to serve.
I was not in receipt of that, Mr. Riddick.
Okay. I got it in form of email, but whatever you say, Mr.
But-
Clerk.
It came to the city, and it came to all of us. I mean, that Ms. Harrington wanted to serve, and I know Don communicated that to all of us. I mean, at least he communicated it to Mr. Wynn, that he was willing to serve on the board.
And me.
And to,
Well, would you like us to add that?
and yes,
Please,
now?
Oakville's Housing Authority.
Surely.
Yeah.
and Ms. Harrington, right?
You're right.
Correct.
And if it's okay with this, never mind. Will that create the vacancy on the Parks and Rec? Or are we going to hold off on that one? Because with the gentleman he's confirmed that he wants to be on
Well, let's just do it.
as well,
That
Mr.
one?
Hobbs.
Just assume that Don has resigned. Breck is much better at this. I mean, he's trying to keep us straight, but we're,
Before you close out, I want to say something as well.
I don't know if we normally, when Parks and Recreation Board opens up, do we normally consult with Daryl, Parks and Rec, just before in the chair and ask them before that? I mean,
no,
okay.
I don't think so.
Just initial that. On the terms. That now becomes section 14, and section 14 becomes section 15. That adds Ms. Arrington and Mr. Masaccio
Right.
to the Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority and reappoints Mr. Sobel.
In Parks and Rec.
Did you do the Parks and Rec one?
I did not, was,
Didn't you call, Andy, didn't you call?
Parks, no, I called,
No.
I called,
He's met with both of us and confirmed he
Yeah.
wants to be on.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
called Chris Nicholas for CSB.
Right, we got
and
that.
I got that one as a yes.
And we don't have any of the EDA people.
We just want to get them all done because we're not going to meet for another month. And some of these boards will be meeting before we come back from our summer break.
None of the EDA people are on here either.
well, almost all of those people do need to be contacted.
Okay.
If they, Rec, if they have applied for it and have spoken with council members, would you, I mean, is that enough confirmation for it?
If it's fine by me, if you all want to.
Is
Yeah.
there anybody from the EDA that hasn't spoken to us?
I've already received information from Mr. McDonald, and he's looking forward to it.
And Mr. Coleman as well?
And I've spoken to Nikita Houchins.
Paul, is it, could we
And-
recess and hear these no business things?
Tim Brown is
back,
good.
Break a little time.
Yep, Breck, you want to,
That would be nice.
yeah, okay,
Why don't we go, why don't we,
that's a good idea.
why don't we recess and hear?
Okay, and in the meantime, you can, if you see something on here, you can walk around and talk to Breck as well, so. Okay,
You say something? We have one.
okay, Mr. Riddick, you had a comment about R12?
When it comes to R12, although it's a personnel issue, I would like some further understanding of it later on, Mr. Jones, because I remember 10 years ago, a compensation plan was changed by the city manager for persons who worked in the wastewater department as far as overtime is concerned, because the overtime payment to those persons who did just that manual hard labor, in a lot of instances, they were making a lot more money than some of your higher classified white-collar workers. And that, and while she flatly denied that it was changed because of that, the overtime was changed and the compensation plan was changed so that those persons, were relegated to a lot less in terms of their income. And I would hate for this to be the same thing where we were, reducing overtime for persons who did hardcore manual labor so that they wouldn't make more money than some of your, classified white-collar workers. So I would like a further explanation of this a little later on.
Well, Mr. Riddick, the two issues that came up tonight, one, the overtime and being retro back to June, I guess, 23rd, it is retro. It's retroactive. And the other issue with the 5% increase is the same thing we're doing with fire hazmat. So it's on par with what we're doing with fire hazmat.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Well, if I could.
Breck, are you close, or should you want us to take a break?
A couple of minutes would be helpful.
All right, go ahead.
If I could just echo what Paul said, and I understand when we have personnel matters and things like that, but I really do believe, I want to know more about it, perhaps, and I think that's what Paul's saying.
There is some history to this that we ought to know.
Yeah,
Right.
but I think anytime we seem to, and I understand we somehow abdicate personnel issues to the manager, but in reality, again, it goes back to what I think, I hearken back to what we discussed in the meeting below when we deal with commissions and boards. It really becomes the responsibility of council. And that's something that, even though we hire the manager and we rely upon the manager's decision-making process, it still is an issue that we have to vote upon and we really should be involved in. And whether we agree or disagree, we can say, Marcus, we disagree and we don't want to see that. And I think that's something we really need to take up. Not to take, because ultimately, again, I think I'm believing the fact that the decisions that are being made, whether it's Marcus's, for the most part, or a board or commission, comes back to the council as a decision that, because we have to vote upon it. And if I think we need to be a little bit, especially on personnel issues such as this, I would like to have known a little bit more. I understand it. I think it's fine. I know you're putting it on par with fire, but I really do believe we need to have more information ahead on this stuff. I'm just not comfortable abdicating these things any longer, only because in the end, if it's something wonderful, sure, we get accolades. But when it's not, and we haven't really examined it closely because we've given you that responsibility, and we hear from Jane or we hear from this gentleman who spoke wonderfully today, then we're not doing our due diligence. And I understand that. I understand we hire you for these purposes, but I also think that if we're voting on it, I want to know about it and agree or disagree with you in a manner that I'm comfortable with. I think
Well,
it's
I mean, just to be fair to the manager, I mean, we vote on a compensation plan on an annual basis, and then he administers the plan. This was, he clearly said there was a mistake made
Right.
here, and he's went back and tried to fix it. I don't remember any time when we actually have had to come back retroactively and do something like this, but
I think we should know a little bit more about it.
understood.
I mean, if it's so rare, because it does strike me as rare.
It is,
Just as
no
it
question.
struck me as rare that we were returning funds.
Right.
And when we're doing those things, I just feed me a little bit more information, and I'm more comfortable with it when a gentleman takes his time to come down here and, instead of just abdicating it to you, because in the end, the political ramification comes back to me. Fair enough. Thanks. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, all right, so the clerk has walked out, so maybe this is a good time to take a break. Okay, and looks like he stormed out of the council. Good for Breck. What we'll do is we'll end this portion of the, we'll adjourn until we have the right names back on that ordinance, and we'll move to calling the names of the folks who have come down to talk to the council on non-agenda items.